Finally, after so long, we have a anime of an MMORPG that is not SAO and balls to the wall crazy, but more like Log Horizon, and brings back a lot of good memories for myself in terms of just gaming. I just finished watching episode 1, 2, 3 of Shangri-La Frontier, and goddamn dude, this anime is good. I am loving it so far. It is way better than I expected. I had held off of watching it for a bit because I wasn't overly enthused by it, but the summary does not do it justice, and how they are animating it, how they are progressing the story is absolutely mwah so far. To quickly summarize the show for those who are unaware, we get introduced to our main character here. He is a trash game hunter, meaning he basically plays normal VR games that no one plays anymore basically because we have full dive systems like in SAO, and he also chooses to play the absolute worst games with the worst bugs, the worst NPCs, the worst systems and everything, just to make himself suffer basically, and make himself a challenge to beat these horrible games, just for the feeling of actually accomplishing it and beating it, no matter how hard or painstaking it may be. And after beating this final trash game, he goes back to this game store and asks for more, but he is instead nudged to try out an actual good game, a full dive game, described as the God game, with over 30 million concurrent players, etc, etc. So he goes out to try this new game, and that's when our adventure really begins. My first impression of the show was very positive. After episode 1, one of the few notes I made was that, you know what, this guy, he really feels like a gamer. Like, he feels like what a gamer actually is and how he actually works, not how a gamer sounds like to people who generally write gamer characters but don't really know how gamers actually are. In this anime, the gamer main character actually feels like, yeah, he is a gamer. Like, he does things a gamer would do. It's not just a caricature of a gamer, which I really appreciate. I was also very much surprised by how crisp and good the animation looks. Like, the fight scenes look and feel way more fluid and just high level than I was expecting. So clearly a good amount of production quality has gone into making this, because damn, it looks good. Initially as well, I was very just happy and smirking to myself when I saw him go into this actual good game without bugs, and him being like, wow, I've played like a few hours and I haven't had a bug yet. I haven't had like a clipping bug or a hitbox bug or any bug. Wow, it's amazing. Like, wow. Even him just going into this new game, actual good game, and being amazed by the starting menus, like, oh my god, I can choose all these classes, and I have all these things I can pick between, and my hairstyle and everything. Wow, it's so good. And then him calming himself down as like, okay, relax self. It's just the main menu. It's just a starting menu. Let's get into the game. I really appreciate those small moments of the show and how it really makes it feel like a more authentic experience to me. Outside of the general, let's say, gaming and adventuring of the show, I am also enjoying the, let's say, underlying comedy that comes in now and again throughout the first 3 episodes here. One of which being the love interest, this girl who goes to the same school as him, also a gamer, basically wanting to talk to him, but she's very shy. So she's been playing trash games, but one day this shop owner nudged her to play Shangri-La Frontier, this MMO he got into, and started playing way before him, so that she could basically become a high-level player and teach him the ropes when he started playing it eventually, and then make a connection with him that way. But sadly, she just gets juked every step of the way, and while she is still trying to catch up to our MC here, our MC is out fighting actual world boss level monsters, because why not? And again, just more small things I really smirk to and enjoy and get a chuckle out of. For example, the inn NPC is explaining how the inn works and respawn points when he gets to this first city, or second city technically, and how he's like, just get me a damn room, I'm dying of poison, come on, man, I can't wait. And just the commentary from all the other players of him being like basically half naked, like, wow, I wouldn't walk like that, what a freak. Just all these small things I appreciate and like way more than I should. But that is still in the background to how much I am liking the feeling of adventure and this feeling of exploration and the feeling of actually, let's say, playing a game for the first time and getting into it. Of all the moments he's like, ooh, I got a new skill here, I leveled up here, and him tackling, new monsters, new bosses, like the snake monster he fights just to get into the second city, and how much that fight, even while simple, really feels like a challenge to overcome and something new to learn, and how it really feels, again, like a proper gaming experience, which again brings me back to the point of how much like a gamer our MC actually feels like. For example, when he is going to fight this snake, I believe it is, he stops himself and is like, okay, before I attack, let's see its attack patterns and not just rush rush in there. All these small comments like this that he keeps mentioning to himself, saying to himself as we go along the first 3 episodes, really makes me appreciate him more and his approach more, which again makes him feel more authentic in terms of being a gamer. But yes, this underlying continual sense of adventure I really, really love. Like, it's the sense I got from the start of SAO and Log Horizon, and just that feeling of, yeah, you go get into a new MMORPG, there's so much to explore, so much to do, you just want to level up, get new gear, get new weapons, get new skills, and just get in there and solo some bosses because you can, or you can try anyway. And that's what this anime really does an amazing job at showcasing. And just by watching the first 2 episodes, I was like, you know what? I want to start playing a new MMORPG just watching this. Like, this makes me want to actually play another MMORPG, though God knows I don't have the time for it, but it makes me want to. And just that it's making me want to do that is a great stamp of quality to me, as it is really conveying the joy and fun of it and the experience of it to someone that might not even have played an MMORPG before. What we end up finding out, though, or seeing at the end of episode 2, is that while he is out at night to level up some more, he finds this unique monster that spawns right in front of him and attacks him. And of course, the unique monster is a mega powerful world boss type enemy that no one has ever beaten since the game launched, which is pretty dangerous sounding. And even though he, of course, eventually gets chopped up and dies in episode 3 after trying to fight this thing, it still felt like a really Dark Souls-esque encounter. Your first time going into like a really dangerous boss and you being absolutely just shoved to the side and killed before being strong enough and starting to be like, oh, try again, you died. I really liked that. And outside that point as well, also the commentary that he himself makes to himself as he is laying there dying with his legs chopped off and him at 1 HP before the wolf basically eats him. He says to himself, yeah, I should have known I wouldn't be able to solo this, I'm in the real world here, I'm not the main character in some isekai anime or whatever, where a strong warrior will come to save me or anything. No, there's only death for me in this case. And that was quite refreshing. I actually expected him to beat it somehow, because I've seen so many fantasy anime over the years that it's like, he's probably gonna beat it somehow, and it's gonna be like, wow, and then, But no, it's just he actually just dies horribly. He doesn't even do any damage to it, really, even though he really tries. And that feeling alone is so refreshing and something I really, really liked. This also, for some reason, spawns a unique scenario, which is apparently something that all the top players search for, because unique scenarios give really strong bonuses, or like skills or equipment or whatever else. And he triggers this unique event, probably the first person ever to trigger this event, because he got the scar from the fight with the world boss and some other things he did during it that spawns this very unique event. Of course, he goes unintentionally into it, not realizing it's a level 80 dungeon when he's level 28. But I do really like how they are presenting unique scenarios, as they call them, in this anime, being like, okay, cool. That's really nice. That's really awesome. That's a cool, neat thing that they put into this game, technically, or anime in this case, of triggering all these different things based on things you do, and actually having it make sense and be unique and interesting, not just like some random fantasy isekai BS. Anyways, though, this anime so far, I am really, really liking. It feels like it is a very super fun and engaging adventure, and yeah, in the end, it might never develop to be a deep story or narrative or have much character development or anything like that, but it doesn't need to. Like, even if the entire season is just him fighting monsters, leveling up, and eventually getting to get his rematch with this boss level monster, that's enough. Like, that alone is more than enough to keep me super engaged, super happy, and eat everything this anime gives me up till the plate is all empty and still be super happy for it. Of course, if they add in those elements, I'm not going to complain. That can be super awesome, but it doesn't need to me. Like, this is more than enough. Like, what it has already presented to me is more than enough to really, really enjoy this anime for what it is, and the uniqueness of what it gives you, like few other anime do. This is the kind of anime that I personally can just sit down and binge and smirk from ear to ear as I enjoy every minute of it, and it feels like each episode passes in just a few minutes because of how entertained and engrossed I am with the anime. And very few anime actually do that for me, as I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. All this is to say that Shangri-La Frontier, for me so far, is a great anime and a fun adventure story, and I cannot wait to see what more they do with this MMORPG setting. Please don't go the SAO route, I would be very sad. But again, just the feeling of adventure and exploration and gaming, really, is absolutely great to see, and I cannot wait for the next episode in a week's time. Anyways, though, what do you think of this show so far? Like it, hate it, leave all your thoughts on the video and the show in the comments section down below. And please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff to support my channel here. If you want me to cover this weekly as well, make sure to mention that down below. And if you want to watch another episode 1 review or first impressions video of a fantasy anime from this season, click on this video right here.